Welcome back to the RNN News, real nigga news brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga. Top story, old Israel, Hebrew Israelites. My name is that damn JT and I'm here to make you understand. When you put that empty rhetoric and that bullshit out on the streets to my brother, it must be reprimand and backhand. My Israel brothers, my Hebrew Israelites. If I decide to exercise my right to have an objection or rebuttal to your doctrine of empty rhetoric, is I is or is I ain't your brother. If I decide to exercise my right to have an objection or rebuttal to your bullshit ass teachings, is I is or is I ain't your brother. Some of y'all think because y'all been taught Hebrew, because y'all listen to y'all books, philosophers, giving their opinion, hypothesis, thesis, opinion, assessment of Hebrew Israelites and their way of life. My thing is, why you don't tell the truth? See, we can talk about the 12 tribes, we can talk about how we come from them, which we don't. We can talk about everything, but the thing y'all tend to not talk about is, one, Jacob had a twin brother named Esau. Jacob was the weak one out the bunch. Jacob had 12 sons that was incest. He had 12 children that happened to be incest babies. See, if you look at the fruit, we'll be all day. But the fruit don't fall far from the tree. So I can say the fruit bad all day, but the fruit don't fall from the tree. So we got to go with the root or the root of the tree. So a lot of y'all Hebrew Israelites don't got no knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Y'all talk about it and don't be about it. Y'all think because y'all know how to pray in Hebrew is good. Bitch, I know how to pray in Muslim, don't make me a damn Muslim. Shit. I can pray in Arabic too. Bismillah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Rabbi Yallah, Medina, Ligi, Medina, Yakhna, Buduaka, Yakhna, Dina, Dina, Sertola, Mutaki, Sertola, Dina, Tuna, Lane, while I Doling. Shit, don't make me no motherfucking Muslim. Just make me a brother that got knowledge of how to say a prayer. See, y'all talk about small, y'all talk about Jacob, but want to talk about the whole circumference of Jacob. Jacob was weak. He was the second twin out. He was a mama's boy. He wasn't no hunter like Esau. Esau was the best. You don't talk about how Jacob stole Esau's pearl from Isaac. Lied to him right in his face, him and his mama. Esau gonna kill him. Made him run. And he had to go live with his uncle. And married his uncle 2 daughters. Mother's first brother, first uncle, married his first cousin. Incest babies everywhere. They don't talk about talking about black Negroes from Judah. Get the fuck out of here. That motherfucking nasty, dirty, stinking skin dog. He had sex with his brother's wife. I mean, not his brother, excuse me. His son's wife. Worse on shit. Dead son's wife. Fuck them. So he ain't know. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck for the same one plotted to conspire to kill Joseph. He the same one that sold his brother for 20 pieces of silver. See, I don't want to talk about the whole thing, oh great Israel. Because if I talk about the whole thing, is I is or is I ain't your brother. When Joseph got sold for them 20 pieces of silver, he went he went to Egypt and he was working in the palace and shit. The queen wanted some of that good thing. He was like, no, I can't give you. God bless me, I can't do that. And she like, yeah, you gonna give me something, like I can't do that. She told Pharaoh, hey, this dude trying to come on me. Pharaoh said, put him in jail. So, the baker and the butcher got in a fight. And they got put in jail and they had a dream. And the baker said, well, Joseph said, well, I can interpret dreams. You know, tell me what happened. He said, well, I made some bread and I was presenting it to the Pharaoh. And then the other said, well, I was cutting up some meat and the birds was eating the meat, but it was eating from the top of my head. He said, well, from the top of my head. He said, well, in 3 days, Mr. Butcher, you going to be hung and the vulture's going to eat out your head. He said, the baker in 3 days, you know, he going to free you. You're going to be serving the Pharaoh again. So that shit came to pass and Joseph told the baker, when you get out, you know, tell the Pharaoh about me and shit. So he told Pharaoh about him. I mean, he didn't tell the Pharaoh about him. So 2 years passed, the Pharaoh had a dream talking about it was 7 fat healthy cows coming out the water, and 7 weak cows came out and ate up the big cows. And he's like, what that mean? So Joseph said, mean that you're going to have 7 years of harvest, good harvest, and you're going to have 7 years of famine. The Pharaoh automatically put Joseph in charge. He said, you don't answer nobody to me. Get that food up. Okay? Now, Joseph, the reason I told that story is, one, the gracefulness of the Pharaoh, putting him first in charge, because this guy had the knowledge to look out for the best interests of his people. Okay? Now, what makes me bad is y'all Hebrew Israelites don't reverence and honor Joseph, and he was the realest one out the whole bunch. Now, in Canaan, they done ran out of motherfucking food, so everybody got to go to Egypt. After them 7 years or so, 7 years of famine came. The only people got food is Egypt. So they come up in Egypt, Hebrew Israelites, and you know, Joseph let them come in. He finally told them, you know, they was out there shopping, looking for some food, and Joseph walked up on them, and you know, they were scared to death. They had sold their brother, but Joseph said, go get my dad and my little brother and bring them back. And they chilled. You know what I'm saying? When Jacob died in Egypt, but got buried in Canaan. And that don't sound like slavery. Because if it was slavery, it would say put some corns on that motherfucker's eyes for the boatman and burn that motherfucker. Shit. They reverenced him, gave him honor. Okay? So when y'all say slaves, y'all make me think to myself, okay, how the fuck you slaves, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't have no food and you went to their place and these people trying to get you out of their shit, how the fuck they wrong? When you came out of Egypt, when God supposed to say, let my people go, when you came out of Egypt, when God supposed to spread the Red Sea and let y'all live in the desert for 40 years and 40 nights, out of all them millions, you can't tell me 10 people, 10. You can't name 10 that went to the promised land because you was open to fight. You lie so much. You talk stuff that's in your best interest instead of telling the motherfucking truth. Now, once I'm telling you this, my great Hebrew Israelite, is I is or is I ain't your brother. I start to say, how am I going to go at these guys? Am I going to go at them raw and uncut street, or should I go on them elite? I decided to go both. Now, God then talked to Moses and told Moses, hey, that land over there that's theirs, tell them it's theirs. Moses went down there and said, hey, God said that land over there that's y'all, it's full of milk and honey. They like, shit, nigga Goliath them live over there, giants over there, you got me fucked up. Moses said, you mean to tell me God done freed you from the motherfucking Pharaoh, then motherfucking open the motherfucking Red Sea so your motherfucking ass can get through, then had your motherfucking ass surviving this motherfucking desert for 40 motherfucking years, and that's all you say? And he said, hell motherfucking yeah. So Moses go up there, he tell God what happened. God said, I told you. He said, tell him I'll go with him. Moses went down and told him, he said, I don't give a fuck. What did he say? We ain't going. And God said, this is what we gonna do. We let the old ones die and let the young ones go over there. That's why you got a passage in the Bible say you must become a child to get in the kingdom of heaven. It's like looking at a cup half full. Is it half full pessimistic, or is it half full optimistic, or is it half empty pessimistic? It's how you look at it. God say you must become a child to get in the kingdom. A child, when he's young, he's willing to accept things. He's not pessimistic. He's willing to grow. He's willing to optimist. He's willing to accept new things. And God had to let the old ones die for the young ones to go over there. Now, I said all this to say this. When you teach a doctrine, my great Hebrew Israelites, teach it right. Don't be lying to the brothers. Don't let the brothers, you know you got knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the brother. You take brothers outside of the box and you're going to do it in your best interest and not theirs. You want motherfuckers to be slaves to this motherfucking whatever shit, this Hebrew or Israelite shit that you talking about that I done studied for years and years, and I know that shit like the back of my hand. Like I said, y'all might not like my story, but I'm telling the motherfucking truth. So my great Hebrew Israelites, incest babies. Well, I gotta be for the incest babies. I'm letting y'all know when I balled over Africa, I ain't have no motherfucking subscribers and fans. I got some nice shit. Make a video, I don't respond, I don't give a fuck who it is. I'ma dig your motherfucking cheers. It's all I want, everybody who ain't telling the truth. And I say it like I said like this, tell the whole truth. Jacob was a shit eater. That's why they changed his name to Israel. So he won't have to think about that for his past. So don't be talking about the 12 tribes as the sacred tribes where they fucking ain't. Them fucking incest babies. What the fuck crazy ass incest babies do? They do shit like Jeffrey Dahmer, cut bitches up and motherfucking eat them and shit. Dumbass bitch can't think. They don't want to be our leader. So that's my opinion. I don't give a fuck if none of y'all don't like it. I told you how it is. And if you don't like it, bring it. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. And I'll say this before I end this. Is I is or is I ain't your brother? RNN News, Real Nigga News, brought to you from a real nigga, by a real nigga, for a real nigga.